which means that I will be answering questions, but only related to the topic I'm talking about today. And today's topic is KOLKY, the revenue stamps. Yeah, so I'll jump right into it. If you have any questions regarding that, please feel free to ask. If you have questions from other topics, please leave it for either comments or some later live stream, or of course you can always get in touch with us through our website movetoprague.com, and we'll be happy to answer the questions. So now the topic of today, KOLKY, the revenue stamps. Basically, for those of you who are not in the Czech Republic yet, you cannot imagine this. Because when you go to the embassy, you submit your application, you pay by card, all good, like all modern. Inside of the Czech Republic though, if you're applying for your extension or maybe the partnership visa or something, if you're submitting your application in the Czech Republic, the ministry does not accept any form of money, basically, like a standard form like card or cash. You always need to bring revenue stamps. You go to the post office first, you buy stamps, and then you go to the Ministry of the Interior and you pay with stamps. I don't know what I really think about it. It's stupid, of course. It's 70 years old or whatever, or 200 years old, I don't even know. Probably even 200 years old. And it's very impractical and very limited and everything. On the other hand, it's super cute because when you go to the ministry, they literally lick the stamp and attach it to your application. So it's kind of like a cute touch of the past in the Czech immigration. Probably not what you want from your governmental office, but that's how it is. Anyway, this beautiful practice will come to an end at the end of this year. So at the end of 2024, I believe. Let me double check. It would be crazy if it was 2025, but I think it's 2024. Just give me a second. Very unprepared, very bad live stream. I know. Sorry, guys. La la la. Yeah, okay. It's 1st of January 2025. The ministry should officially start accepting regular money, meaning either cash or more likely cards. But I don't know. Maybe let me know here now in the chat or in the comments if you're watching the recording if you've seen anything remotely bringing the idea at the Ministry of the Interior, I mean, that you could at some point use cards there. Because I've seen the option of paying by card at the foreign police when you go register, or you go register for marriage, or you go for an invitation letter, all that. You can pay by card already, and it's been like that for a couple months, I'm not afraid to say. But at the ministry, the last time I spoke with the officers there, they had no idea if it's gonna happen and when. So I don't go to the ministry that often, only in some very complicated cases. Otherwise, I avoid that. And my colleagues go there. But the last time I was there, no one had any idea about it. So if you went there recently, yesterday or 2 weeks ago, and you already saw some terminal, or you spoke with someone and they gave you some information, please share it with the rest. But from my perspective, there is 1 month to get this ready, 1 month before the end of the year, and I haven't seen any signs of anything changing at the ministry. So we'll see. Be ready that maybe the first couple days, couple weeks, it might not actually be working, which is usually how it is. I don't know if you follow the construction, electronication, whatever, that everything in the construction industry should be electronic. Like when you're asking for a permission to build a house or something. That was a top story where the government decided to everything will be done electronically from this day, 1st of June 2024, and then no going back. And then nothing worked on the 1st of June, nothing worked on the 1st of July, nothing worked 3 months later. So they just went back to the old system. So I'm expecting something similar, even though it's not that big of a think, let's say it's just like buying a couple terminals, make them work, and like making it happen. Like this is one of the easier tasks, I think. On the other hand, I can imagine that it must be like plenty of terminals. They will not be buying one, hopefully, for a branch, but maybe every officer might have theirs. So they might need to get all these like machines. Then they need to train their employees to do that. Then technical issues arise because they might not have enough electricity plugs. Maybe that can happen as well, that if you need like 20 additional like machines, you might not have 20 additional sockets for that. So I would be pretty like skeptical yet, and I don't think it will actually work from the 2nd of January when they reopen, or whenever that happens. 1st of January is a public holiday, so they will not be open, but after that probably yes. So I don't think it will be working perfectly from the beginning, but that's the plan. That from 1st of January you should not be using stamps. And actually, even if you mail applications, because for some things like extension of your residence permit, all that, you can just mail applications. You don't need to go to the ministry in person. They will only accept stamps if you mail it before the end of the year. So latest, the stamp on the letter you will be mailing to the ministry is 31st of December. Then they will still accept stamps. If you send it on the 1st of January and use stamps, you've lost 2,500 because they will not accept stamps. They will probably not return that either. So you will give them free stamps, and then you will still need to pay 2,500. So just be careful about that. Question is if to keep some stamps in case they will go back to it. Probably not, honestly. I would say that there will be an option of doing electronic transfer. So if it's not possible to pay by card at the branch, which again I think that will be the case for the first couple days or weeks. But if it's not possible, they should be able to generate like a QR code for you or some like payment information, and you should be able to wire transfer the money if you have a Czech bank account. I'm not sure they will be using IBAN and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for the Ministry of the Interior, but sorry for that ministry. I kind of like it's been better than when we started 12 years ago, but still, I don't know. Anyway, so might be possible. So probably don't buy stamps if you plan on applying, or definitely don't buy stamps if you plan on applying like February and further in the year. So if you're expecting to submit your extension application or permanent residence application, say like second half of January, February and later, definitely don't buy stamps, because then hopefully that will be all sorted and they will not be in use anymore. But if you're applying maybe the first days of January, question is if to keep the stamps just in case or not. Officially, the ministry says they will not be accepting stamps after the 1st of January. Hopefully that will be like that and we can believe that. But the final entry will be only given when they reopen after the New Year's. And we'll see how it goes. But probably I would not recommend buying stamps if you're applying next year, but we'll see how it goes. So it was a lot of talking about that small topic of a stamp. Guys, if you have any question, Lubošek Liška says hello. That's not a question, but hello to you, Lubošek, as well. So if no one has any questions about revenue stamps, about KOLKY, let all the others know so they don't spend money on something they don't have to spend money on, because you could potentially return the stamps to the post office and they should refund you minus like 5% of an like whatever fee. But the question is if the ministry would even like refund or they would give the KOLKY back to you, so you can even like go to the post office and exchange it for money or not. So yeah, if you plan on submitting the application this year, KOLKY is the only option. If you plan on doing it next year, anything else than KOLKY will be that option. So share it with your friends, with your families, or with random strangers, so you make their life a bit cheaper. And I'll see you again Thursday, Monday. until the end of the world, the year, whatever, until the end. Bye. Bye, guys.